Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. It's a Thursday afternoon, and I am Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, and so glad to be here with you this afternoon. Come on in, say hello, whether you're watching the live or watching the replay, would love to hear from you. I had planned to have a pre recorded video, but as it happens, I didn't have time to pre-record it, so I thought I'm just going to go live. So I'm glad to be here with you, and so thank you for being here. So we're going to get started. Let me get this for a minute. So it's an exciting week with Stampin' Up. The new catalog and the new online exclusives have gone live, and I just got an order in. I can't wait to dig in it and look at it. I just wanted to share a few things that you need to know. So now our Stampin' Rewards system has changed where anyone can earn rewards. You don't have to be part of a workshop. There aren't workshops anymore where you order as a group. Everybody orders individually. And with each order of $20 or more, you earn 10% of that order. Stampin' Up keeps track of those for you, okay? And they're a little bank, and you can use that on a future order. You can let them accumulate and use them all at once. You can use a little bit at a time. You just have to wait until a future order to use those. So that's really fun and exciting for you all. No longer have to be a hostess to do the rewards. Okay, you're going to be earning those every time you place an order. The minimum order there is $20. Okay, so that's 10% of your order. So that's great. So, along with the new catalog, I mentioned the online exclusives. That's what I don't want you to miss because there are some beautiful products in online exclusives. There's exclusively online. And so you have to go to the online store and there's a section that says online exclusives, and you can find that. That's where all of our kits are. There were two new kits, beautiful kits released this month. And so you can see all of that there. Okay. So be sure and check those out. Now, back to a little bit on the Stampin' Rewards that I was talking about first. I failed to mention that in order to accumulate and earn those rewards, you have to set up an online account. Okay. So you go to my website, and up in the upper right corner, I believe it's both on, if you're doing it on your mobile phone or on a tablet or on a laptop or computer, there's a little icon that's like a gift. It looks like a gift. Click on that, and it should, if you have not signed up or it's called opted in to receive rewards, it'll allow you to do that then. Okay. So if you have opted in, it will show you what you have in your bank. Okay. So as your demonstrator, I can't see any of that. Okay. It doesn't tell me, hey, Pam has earned so many dollars in rewards, and they do expire after a year. I don't get that warning, but I'm sure Stampin' Up, this is new. I'm thinking you may get a little bit of a warning that some are going to expire. So anyway, just we're learning together as we go with this. It's new. I've already gotten some real good feedback on it that everyone loves it. So I hope if you haven't signed up that you will consider doing that. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would love to serve you. Just reach out and we'll see about getting you set up. Hey, Patty, thank you for tuning in. Okay, so we have the Stampin' Rewards, we have the new online exclusives, plus the new catalog. And so now I'm going to show, we've been talking about this week. We talked about Mother's Day last week, and then we're kind of continuing with that because Mother's Day is this weekend into graduation season. So today I'm going to be showing you an easy gift card holder that highlights one of our new suites in the catalog, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. If you have any questions, be sure you post them there in the comments, and I will get back with you later. Would love to help you. So if you place an order with me in the online store this month, during May, by May 31st, I have a private Facebook group that I'm going to let you into that's going to be active. I think it's May the 16th through the June the 17th. something like that. And I'm going to have some fun tutorials, some little giveaways on there. It's a private group that I will share with you, and you'll have access to it for about a month. Okay, so be sure and place those orders. Any size order will get you into that free group, and would love to have you there so we can craft together. Okay, all right, so let me see. I'm going to click over to my banners here, and I want to share. Let me go to my desktop. That might help just a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so right here, if you are not a member of my Ink and Inspiration Stampers group on Facebook, I would encourage you to do so. I share some different things on there. I try to encourage everyone to share what they're working on. And in just a little bit after I finish this live, I'm going to hop on live over there on Ink and Inspiration Stampers on Facebook. And there's the link that you can go and sign up if you're not a member. And I'm going to go through my box of new goodies that I just got in the mail. And the UPS just came and honked at me and got outside. I was so excited to get it. So we're going to go over that and look at that. So be sure and sign up for that group. Now, if you have not, let's see, Inspiration Stampers. I want to make sure that's spelled right. Be sure you answer the questions that it asks you. That's how I know you're not a robot, okay, and that you're serious. You want to be part of the group. So there's a couple of questions, answer them, and then I will let you into the group. So I will probably, when I finish this live, I'll tell you when I'm going to go live in the Stampers group, and you can join me over there, okay? All right, so there's the link for that. Okay. And then if you're not on my mailing list, where you can get some exclusive project ideas and first notice of everything, be sure you sign up. You're going to get a free online class, card class with it. And I would love to have you so we can communicate via email together, and I can keep you updated on everything. Okay. All right. So let me go through, look this book, open this catalog, beautiful. We're not going to go through it page by page. I'm just going to show you this beautiful suite. It's called the Beautiful Gallery Suite. It's a floral, but man, do we love our florals, right? They're so popular. So that's why we keep seeing more and more of them. But look at all of this and the versatility of it. I'm seeing so many things that I want to try myself in case some of these cards and projects. I just love how they have some of these designer papers in frames. Okay. Just really, really cute. And beautiful. I should say beautiful, not so much cute, huh? All right. So in the suite, I'll let you notice here, there's one number. If you want everything in the suite, then you can just use this one number, okay? Or you can just pick and choose what you like and order individually. So let me tell you what I have. I have this Gallery Blooms bundle, which we are using today, okay? And then it should be in my box. I got this stamp set because I love these sentiments, okay? And that goes along with this very well. Or you can use, like I'm doing today, I'm using sentiments from something else to go with this Gallery Bloom stamp set. There's a beautiful damask, I think that's how you say it, damask embossing folder. I haven't even opened it yet. It is gorgeous. Okay, so see that? Isn't that pretty? Reminds me of old-fashioned wallpaper. And it's probably not old-fashioned anymore. You know how that saying, everything old is new again? Some little gems, pressed flower motif gems, and this gorgeous 6x6 paper. Now I am going to show you that paper because it is gorgeous. So, Stampin' Up! Has been knocking it out of the park with these 6x6. Hey, Susan, thanks for tuning in. With our 6x6 papers, especially the ones that are, they're just a work of art. And I know you agree with me. I can't resist any of them. I use these so much. So look at that, beautiful florals in a vase. And then the back side is like a pattern. Okay, there's that damask design. Here's one, I have a sample card that I'm going to share with you. Hey, Lynn. that I made today, and it's just got a beautiful scene, and it's all in cutting so you can make the most out of your scene for a card front. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn these upside down so that I know I've shown them to you. I'm using this beautiful print on a card today that we're actually putting together today. And then the back side is this, okay? And so this is cloud cover, and I'm going to talk to you about that kind of as we go. You know, cloud cover, if you're on my email list or you read my blog, you've seen that the cloud cover ink pad, that ink did not do well with the foam pad in our classic ink pads. And so what they call it is it shifted. Okay, so the color changed, and it might have changed on some pads and didn't on the other. It wasn't consistent and it did not meet Stampin' Up's quality. Okay, so they are not offering that to customers, but there is an alternative. You may see some demonstrators using a full-size pad because they let us as demonstrators ordering it, knowing that it may not be the right color, but some people wanted it anyway. Personally, for me, I ordered the uninked Stampin' Spots and the ink refill, and I'm going to make my own little ink pad. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. So anyway, that's what this color is, okay? And so you're going to be seeing that in lots of papers. Look at this. Oh, it's just so pretty. It's like, I think if you cut it right here, you see how it wouldn't cut the little script in half, and you could use that on a card front. You need to cut off a little bit, right? Because we got 5.5 on our cards, but this is what, 6. So we need to trim some off, but totally doable. I'm definitely going to have to try that. I love this little sketch scene. Isn't that pretty? And when I look at that, you know, it's bare trees. It reminds me of winter and Christmas time, even though it's no colors or anything, but that's what it reminds me of. Look at this tall, that's a building, I think, but it might be a big tree too. So I don't know. We'll have to see. And then the back of that has a beautiful print. So the colors are in this are like Calypso Coral and Peach Pie. And you've got Crumb Cake on this one and Basic Beige. That's what this background is. Look at this. Oh, those colors. You've got Lost Lagoon. You've got Secret Sea, one of our new ink colors, Mossy Meadow. Just beautiful. Here's another scene. See, I love this. I mean, you could use half of it on a card front, use the other half, maybe do the little embossing folder on a piece of cardstock that coordinates, and oh, have a beautiful card. Oh, so pretty. And there's a real pretty print. I believe that's Lost Lagoon. This one is different. It's like I can't tell what is the upside. Oh, here we go. Maybe. These are the trunks. Huh? I don't know. It's pretty. No, it looks like there's a trunk right there. I don't know, y'all. Does somebody have any insight on that? We might have to talk about that later. Love this. Kind of that monochromatic feel. And then this, that looks like a little bit of that cloud cover there. Oh, this is a harbor. I hadn't really looked at this page yet. That's beautiful. And then the back is like a brushed in pecan pie and crumb cake. Okay. So those are our different choices in the Beautiful Gallery Designer Series paper pack. Okay. So I'm going to turn, there's one more page and it shows something else. This is something else I haven't tried. Within the die section, the dies collection of this bundle, it's the Gallery Blooms bundle. It has these frames. Okay. And so you can see how they framed some of the designer paper here. Okay, and then there's some small frames you can cut and piece them together. It says make a square frame by cutting pieces at an angle to make mitered corners. Good idea. Look at this one with this scene framed for a card front. Oh, so pretty. So many different ideas. I love it. Okay. Look, you can see up close this damask design, this embossing folder. Okay. So that's just one suite of products. Super, super pretty. And let's get started on our card for today. So, I've been talking about how on my blog and on Facebook or wherever you follow me about, May is a month of many ways to celebrate or show appreciation. And um, so we've got Mother's Day this Sunday. We have the graduates of 2025 graduating this weekend, not this weekend, the end of this month. Some of them have already, I know up here in Missouri, the high school has already had their graduation. And I know many universities have, so, or getting close to. And then it's also Teacher Appreciation and Nurse Appreciation Week. Okay. So here's the card we're going to be making. It's a card with room for a gift card or cash, or you could leave this off and just make it a card. All right. And if you wanted to, you could put another full piece of designer paper on the inside cover. Okay, so let's get started. I've got my Gallery Blooms bundle. The sentiment I use is from this Unbounded Love Yet. Now, this was in last year's catalog. It's not on the last chance list. So, I'm thinking, okay, we still can get this one, but it has lots of different options. And the one I used on this card was You Are Loved. Didn't I? Yes. Oh, no, it's right here. Right here, You Are Loved. Okay, so I already have that mounted and ready to go. So that's the sentiment I chose. I'm using the big floral stamp. So let's look at our pieces that we're going to need. So I have a piece of Secret Sea. And goodness, I thought I put a Post-it on that. Y'all know how I love my Post-its. Here it is. Secret Sea. So it's cut 4 1/4 by 11. And I'm going to score it at 5 1/2 and then cut 2 3/4 inches off the front. Okay. I have one of the 6 by 6 pieces of designer series paper from Beautiful Gallery. I'm going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, 4 inches tall by 5 1/4 long. Then I'm going to cut 2 1/2 inches off the left side. I have a 1/2 inch strip of cloud cover that I'm going to use for my sentiment. I have a scrap of basic white that I can use for stamping and die cutting the floral. And then a piece of 4 by 2 1/2, which is going to go on the inside here for you to write your message. Okay. Then here you can have a 1 by 4 piece of the designer paper to make the pocket. And I'm going to add to that because on the other cards I've made, I changed it to 1 1/4 by 4. And that made the pocket a little bit deeper and easier to slip the card into. Okay. So I thought I had somewhere I have a card that I can show you and how it's going to slip in. I think I'm just going to use one of my business cards. Okay, because that's about the right size of a card. So I'll show you that in a second. All right, let's get started with this. Move this aside. Let me get my trimmer. And we'll get to cutting. I was making some cards a little earlier and I noticed I need to change the blade on my trimmer because when it starts getting like fuzzy when you cut, that means the blade's not sharp enough. Okay, again, 4 1/4 by 11. We're going to score it at 5 1/2. So I'm going to slip it in here. I'm going to do that. Put that right there. Score at 5 1/2. Get that cutting blade out of the way and score. So we're going to fold on that. We'll burnish it in a minute. So this is my card front here. It's a landscape card, but it's opening from left to right like a book. Okay, so now I'm going to cut 2 3/4 inches off the front, and then you just save that for another card. We won't use it on this card. You might, but this is on these samples, you won't use this particular piece, okay? So I'm cutting 2 3/4 inches off. That's, again, this is Secret Sky, one of our new in colors. So when we make a fold, let's go ahead and burnish it. Okay. And then we have this. Okay, so that is super simple, right? But oh, so pretty. So let's get our next piece that we need to work with, and that's our designer series paper piece. Okay, so on this, if it was a scene, I would be careful to leave the main part of the scene in there, and I'll show you in just a minute what I mean on another sample. But this one is just an all over pattern. So we can just cut it 4 by 5 1/4. And then after we do that, we're going to cut 2 1/2 inches off the left side. And the reason I designate and point out that you cut off the left side so that if you have a scene, you know how you're going to put it together where the scene will be continuous when your card is closed. Okay? Make sense? Okay, so first of all, I'm going to cut it at 4. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4. Okay, you can save all these little scraps if you want to. This one I am going to keep because I think I'm going to cut this one at that 1 1/4 by 4 for my pocket. Okay, so now we have this. Then what do we do next? We're going to cut 2 1/2 inches off the left side. Just stay with that formula every time you make this card in case you have a scene that you're using. It just helps you keep it in the right order and know what goes where. Okay, 2 1/2. Okay. All right. So this side is a little larger. This side's smaller. That is for the card front. So we can go ahead and put that on. Now let me show you. I did some pondering when I was making this card, and I knew I was going to have this busy floral on this busy background, okay, which it looked fine. But I thought, what if I flip this over? Because it wasn't a scene, okay? It wasn't a continuous scene. So I thought, I'm going to use that cloud cover piece there and this print here. And then my flower is going to show up much better on the almost solid side, okay? So let's go ahead and put these pieces on. Use some little dots of glue. And I go, about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, 1/8 of an inch from the top and the bottom. Okay. And then this one's going to go on the outside, but we're going to flip it and do that. So since the flower was, pretty large and going to take up most of this space here, I thought this more solid of a background is going to be pretty. Okay, so you see here, if it was a scene like the cabin with and the cabin was cut in half, once it was closed, it would be continuous. Okay. All right. But we didn't have to do that on this one. So we're going to color this baby now. Let me set this. Well, let's go ahead and put our white in. So that's 4 by 2 1/2. This is for you to write your message. I'm going to go ahead and finish the inside of this. So while I'm doing this, I want to also mention that there's a special starter kit promotion going on right now where if you have been thinking about signing up to be a demonstrator, we'd love to have you on our STARS team. And right now for the month of May, it's $99 plus tax, free shipping for $165 in product of your choice. That's like $40 extra than you usually get with a starter kit. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please contact me. Okay, would love to have you. Okay, so now this is the scrap that I cut off. Remember I cut it at 4, so I had these 2 inches left. So I'm going to cut it at 1 1/4 by 4 for my pocket on the inside. So I'm going to do it on this side. It's going to be easier. Okay. And then this is going to be 4. Keep it the same length as the paper on the inside of the card. So we can either do this, which I kind of like that, rather than this. Yeah, let's do that. So for this, you want to flip it over, and then you want to go, since it's on the left side, you're going to put the glue on the top, down the right side here, and on the bottom, and then flip it, and it's going to go down right there. Okay. Okay. I try to get just a hairline of the glue. And then let's go ahead and put it, and I'm spacing it from the side and top and bottom, just like I did this piece. Okay. All right. Okay, so there's the basic part of our card. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit before I show you how it works as a pocket. And let's go ahead and color this. So I'm going to get some scrap paper and put it on my desk. I already stamped and die cut it just to save a little bit of time. So for this, I looked at the colors here, and I got out my Calypso Coral, which I think I need some new Stampin' Blends of this. I know, you can tell when they start running low on ink or the ends kind of get fuzzy. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. So I've got Mossy Meadow, which is, we need the green for the stems. And then I have the light peach pie. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. I'm going to go with the light on the Mossy Meadow for the stems and just kind of go over it. And try to get the leaves in here. So when I have such a small area I'm dealing with, I usually like to use the bullet tip. It's just better, easier, and more control. Don't y'all find that? I know some people have a preference, either the bullet or the bullet tip or the brush tip. It's just I have much more control with the bullet tip on a small, intricate design, kind of like these leaves are. Okay, let me go this. And then if I want to, I can go back and add a little bit of the dark for a little bit of shading. But then I usually go back over it with the light to kind of blend it. Again, disclaimer, I am not a master colorer, but I sure do like to do it. Have a lot of fun. That's what it's about, right? Okay, I think this is part of the leaf there. Oh, I'm going to do this. Okay, so stem here. I think needs to be green right there. Okay, so thank you, Patty. Lynn, yes, you do. You like to you use the bullet tip for? I didn't look up till just now, so I don't know what question you were answering. Okay. So I think, aren't all of you, I know the ones that I'm seeing here, I think y'all are on my Ink and Inspiration Stampers group, aren't you? I think you are. If not, why not? you need to go over there and join us, answer the questions. I'm going to look at it after I get off my live, and I'm going to go through my order that I just got and just kind of do an unboxing. No creating really, just going through it and oohing and on. Okay, I'm going to use the dark right there. Okay, I like that. I'm going to let that be. Now, for the flowers, I'm going to take the dark Calypso Coral. Oh, okay, Lynn, yeah. Okay, I'm kind of using the artist cues with the lines here for the darking shading, kind of. I don't know, sometimes I outline, what I like to call coloring book coloring. My granddaughters, when they come here and they sit at my chair here at right here where I'm doing this recording, and they want to craft in Honey's chair. And they always want to use the Stampin' Blends. You know why? They want to use the ones they know I'm going to tell them no, they can't use those. Because, kids, it's like, and I'm trying to keep my tips, preserve them. So what I've started doing is I have some retired colors, that we don't have anymore, or some older ones that, are almost out of ink, and that's what I give them. But I'm, careful with the little ones with these alcohol markers, because I don't want it to stain their clothes if they have something good on and get in trouble with their moms. But all of them love to craft or draw. They love it. So it's fun when they come. I get them set up, and they take turns. If, like, when Lila and Clara come, they have to take turns sitting in this chair at this desk, you know. So I have different things they can do. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, like that. Kind of like this. All right, now, yeah, Lynn, I did expedited shipping so I could get it. My friend Bonnie, okay, I've got light Calypso Coral now. My friend Bonnie is coming, the seamstress. She's going to be here tomorrow. And so, you know how we like to sit out here and craft. She's got her sewing machine and her orders she's working on to get out to her customers with her little girl outfits. She makes a lot of cute stuff. Anyway, so I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, senior moment. But anyway, she's coming, and oh, the expedited order. I wanted to get that in and start working on your paper shares, Lynn, before, I mean, she doesn't care. I work while she's here and she works. So, but I wanted to get that in and not delay it too much. We're going to Branson for a couple of days next week. Gonna stay couple of nights, and go see David at the Sight and Sounds Theater. If y'all have ever been to Branson and seen those biblical stories, oh my goodness, they're awesome presentations. By the way, if y'all are ever in this area, y'all need to holler at me, and maybe we can meet up. I know lots of people come to Branson. I usually see them post on Facebook. Oh, we're in Branson. I thought, oh, well, why didn't you tell me? Okay. I mean, we spend half of our time here and half in Texas, which Texas is our home state. So, but I'm here a lot of the time. Okay, so see how that turned out with doing the dark first? Hey, Connie. Oh, thanks. Hi, Michelle. Well, welcome. First time. Thank you. Glad you're here. Okay, let me take this off the screen. So y'all join my Stampers group there on Facebook Take a screenshot of that if you don't have it. Let me get this off for now. I think I hear Jackie. He was fishing. Okay. So now I'm going to take the light peach pie. I wanted to throw that color in a little bit, okay? And color the center. A little alternate for yellow. Some of the flowers on that inside look a little peachy, right? Orangey. And you know what I tried on when I was coloring this? I wanted to see what it looked like if I blended these two colors. So I'm going to do it on this one, just on this flower, maybe on the bottom petals. So it doesn't look like that. Looks pretty, huh? I'm going to do it. So I'm going over the Calypso with peach pie. Let's see. Kind of looks like pumpkin pie, doesn't it? I'm going to leave it. Should I leave it just the one flower or do all of them? Can y'all see that? Should I just do the one flower or do all the flowers? While y'all are thinking, I'm going to show you like what this is going to look like. Now, I want to show you this. So here, you see that white that's around the edges? That kind of bugs me. Why? Just one, Lynn? Okay, Lynn said just one. I'm going to leave it like that. All right. So that white on this kind of bothers me. If, you know, so what I did on this one, I didn't have my cloud cover blends yet. So I used a mixture of Pool Party and Lost Lagoon Light. Okay. And so that's what I did there, which a lot of times I'll use Pool Party around my colored images just to kind of give them some depth. Okay. But now I have my cloud cover and I'm going to try using the light cloud cover and cover up these white spaces. So it just kind of grounds it, and I don't know, to me it looks a little more artsy if you don't have the white showing. So I'm just gently taking my brush tip. I love a brand new marker, don't y'all? Okay, and I'm just going around the edges. And that way, when I put it on the card, the front of the card, the white won't stand out as much. So like I said, a lot of times I will use either light Pool Party to do this on an image or around an image, or sometimes I use light Smoky Slate, depending on the feel of the card and what the color scheme is. But this is going to be another one of my go-tos for this because it's light enough and it's kind of a blue-gray. Isn't it pretty? I'm sad we don't have the full-size ink pad, but I'm loving this Stampin' Blends. Okay, just going around. Okay. So you see how what that's doing there? Okay. Yeah, Connie's saying all a little. I might put some toward the bottom, Connie. Okay, I pick it up so I can see where I've missed the white. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do just a little bit around the bottom here. Okay. Yeah, it kind of ties them all together, huh? Okay. Yes, Patty, it's so pretty. It's a beautiful color. Okay, now look at that. You see how it just kind of blends into the background? Love it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and glue this on. And then I'll work with the sentiment. We'll get the sentiment put on. So I'm just trying to, sometimes we get in a hurry with the glue and that's how you get too much on. So I'm just, taking my time, trying to go around the edge so that when you slip it or it's slipped in and out of the envelope, it doesn't fold up. Thank you, Pam. All right, so I'm going to kind of angle that a little bit. Okay. Okay, I love those colors, y'all. So pretty. Y'all, the end colors just always just bam, they're spot on. Somebody on one of my demonstrator pages the other day posted a picture of a purse that its handle was striped and it had every one of our new end colors in it. Every one of them. The Secret Sea, the Cloud Cover, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling. What's the other one? Oh, Strawberry Slush. Y'all know Strawberry Slush is a returning in color. I still have that ink pad. Okay, here it is. Okay, so here I'm going to stamp on Cloud Cover, but with Secret Sea. Here it is. Looking all over for it. And this is Lynn, you like this color, I know, huh? Well, you probably like Cloud Cover too, but Lynn loves blues. Okay, so it says you are loved. So I'm going to take this and stamp. How did I put it? I just squared off the edges. So this is a 1/2 inch wide, or tall, I should say. Okay. Close this up. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to take my paper snips and trim off a little bit. Don't get too close. And then I put it here and then I see how that looks. Okay, so I want a little bit more off of this edge. Bam. Okay, so now I'm going to use some mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. And when I was making this card, it's like, oh, I need some ribbon or something down there. But then I thought, well, I'm going to wait. And once I got the sentiment put on there, it's like, I don't need it. I think I'm missing oh no, I have my dots. So I'm taking the paper off. And I'm going to go across here, just like this. And I don't try to center it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is these are our new flat pearls. So they're not as raised as a regular pearl. So they're really nice. I'm going to use the 3 sizes there of the dots in Secret Sea. Somewhere I have a take your pick tool, but it's missed me. I'm missing it right now. Okay, so I'm going to take the large one and put it here. And then the baby one and put it here. And then the middle size one and put it here. Okay. Aren't y'all proud of me? I didn't just go out of the center. I am so bad about that instead of going neatly. That's not me. Okay. There is our card. Now let me show you. This my business card. It's about the size of a gift card and that slips right in there. Once that liquid glue dries, it's amazing, y'all. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Lynn, ink spot and refill. And yeah. Okay, so there's that. And here's the first one I made. So you can see this one is, more bold because it's got, like I said, I used Pool Party and Lost Lagoon, around the edges of that. Pretty much of a different look, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. This one I did the other side there. I like the printed side on the inside there. Okay, so let me show you a couple of more. This one was also made with the Gallery Blooms. So what I did on this one, you see the scene, how I cut it out? Okay, so I cut, let me find the paper. Let me see if I can find this. Here it is. Okay, so it's this sheet right here. Okay, so when I started cutting, I looked at it and I thought, okay, I can cut off some of this tree. So I cut the 5 1/4 here. Okay, and then I wanted to, I surely wasn't going to cut off the 4 up here and just have sky, right? Thank you, Patty. So what I did is I looked at it and I thought, how much can I do without down here? So you see my road, how much I cut off? About right here. Okay, so I cut that much off the bottom, then I turned it around and I cut it at 4 inches. And that's how I decided my scene. And then thank you, Connie. Yes, the colors are gorgeous. And then I cut off the 2.5 off this left-hand side. And so when you fold it together, it's just a continuous pattern. Okay. See how that works? Isn't that lovely? I just love doing that. Okay. So what I used here was some die cuts from the bundle. And I cut this one in seafoam because I could see some light green there, even though it doesn't say seafoams in the paper. I thought that's going to look fine. Then I cut these stems out of basic beige, and I took my sponge dauber and my Mossy Meadow ink, and I dabbed the color on there. So it would be a lighter version, not too dark. And then for a graduate, I used one of these sentiments. And this is something everybody should have because sometimes you just don't have what you need to say. And it has like look, sorry for your loss, get well soon, sending sunshine, happy birthday, oh, happy day. So many different, and they have them in white and some in black. Okay, I almost used this one on this card. And you see what I did? I used a sponge dauber and did the white text. I turned it to Mossy Meadow. Okay, so that would have been good, but I liked the congratulations better and I decided to leave it white. Okay. Okay, and then just some linen thread tucked up underneath there. And that's just glued. I didn't even use dimensionals on that one. Okay. This was part of the extra. Just threw it in there. Okay, there. So that's another sample. And then I used, there's this Thankful for You on this next card. Now, this is the Thoughtful Journey paper that carried over, is still available. And the Thankful for You, I did the sponge dauber in Fresh Freesia, I think it was, over that, just to kind of tie it in. The white was too in my face, so I had to put a background color there. And then I cut out 3 different of the dies there. This is the same die as this one. Okay. That middle one. And I used sponge dauber and used, what's the name of that? Petunia Pop. And then this is Mossy Meadow, just dabbed on there. And then you can tell it, look at the sparkle. I put Wink of Stella. Okay. Wink of Stella. Okay, so there are some examples that you can use. I thought this could go for a teacher or for a nurse for Nurses Week. You Are Loved could be anything, but would work great for Mother's Day. This for graduation, for a guy or a gal. And so you do lots of options and using this, all using the same bundle, okay? But definitely some different looks. All right. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you if you're live here or if you watch the replay. I appreciate you. Be sure and if you need to place an order, I would love to serve you. That's my shopping link. And if you are not on my in my private Facebook group, hop on over there. I'm going to be see it's 3:50. I'm going to be going live probably about 4:15. Okay, so that gives us a few minutes uh, to go live. I mean, to get my stuff cleaned off and over here. And I'm just going to go through some of the papers that I got. And I didn't get a whole lot, but I got all the papers and most of the papers, I guess I should say. And I want to show them to you. Okay, over there on the Stampers group. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all have yes, happy Mother's Day to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, inspiring you to create, share, and make a difference. Take care. See you in the group. Bye bye.